Hello again, brothers and sisters. I send my greetings, salutations, my blessings, my love to all of you. Thank you for joining again. This is Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I have already dropped the pin as usual. It's or the link to join. It's pinned to the chat. And today, admittedly, I have less of an agenda as far as what I hope to get across today. Um, but I am here again to offer my perspectives on inner peace, on faith, on, life in itself. So, Brother Steve, welcome. Good to see you. I keep intending to catch your Friday night, and hopefully things will align today. This stream may be limited in time. We'll see where it goes. The universe will guide, but there's a lot of things going on in my hometown tonight. So I intend to go adventure, see where life leads me. And brothers and sisters, I encourage you guys to allow yourself to be led by inspiration, by opportunity. We never do know what life might bring. And when we keep ourselves in these old routines, the same old patterns, same old thoughts, same old social circles, we kind of miss out on a lot of things. Because there is a lot of life that is happening. Yes, Steve, thank you. Live life. Life is what it's about, man. That is why we are here. We're here to live and to grow into whatever we can discover. I mean, I think a lot of time, right? I spend a lot of time thinking, obviously, as I've repeatedly said. But I compare like the human body, the human organism, kind of like plants. I know we're in the animal nature, but plants, they're easy to see, right? The way they grow, the way they develop, the way they offer their fruits, their seeds, their nourishment and continuation, it spreads. Natural life will grow into wherever it may. So can you. So can I. That was something I didn't think about for most of my life, though, is what I might be able to grow into. I was always worried about what I was going to do. Oh my God, what am I going to do? You can't know what to do until you learn how to be. And this world will teach you to believe a lot of different things, brothers and sisters. They'll try to tell you that you're this, you're that, or you're not this, you're not that. And pick a label, pick a qualifier, between the political to the diagnosis to the gender to the preference. Everyone's got a label for each other and for ourselves. And see, this world, you pick the wrong label for yourself, guess what? You're going to start living a life you were not intended to live. I told myself pretty regularly I needed a drink. And it took me a long time to admit it, but I had the mindset of an alcoholic because I had that belief that I couldn't get through that day without the blessings of that burn of whiskey in my throat. Fuck, oh dear, man. These minds are powerful. These minds are so powerful. We want to understand them, not numb our minds. Okay, we actually want to develop our minds, not simply entertain them or be entertained by our minds. The mind is with you at all times throughout your day. So get comfortable with You. In your physical presence of being, practice being comfortable as you, in you, and then start living for you. Now, not in a selfish way, of course, but if you want to live for you, you're going to do what you love to do, what your desires bring you joy from. And we all have something within us that others enjoy receiving or receive value from, and we actually enjoy doing it. That is our path. That is our purpose. And admittedly, here's where I am. I enjoy speaking and trying to teach, trying to coach, trying to help develop others. I love doing that. And the funny thing is, I was so afraid my whole life. I was so afraid of helping others. Because if I helped someone, well, that meant I was, with them, and I couldn't be attached to anybody. I couldn't be identified with anybody. And yet I claimed all sorts of greater identities all the time. I don't know. My life path, as I've said, brothers and sisters, I used to be so afraid of authority. I was even afraid of moms and dads as I was a young adult, man. I was such a coward. But my fears, once I was placed into positions by choice, I volunteered to be a union shop steward, and then I volunteered to run for office, and then I volunteered to become a leader. But it wasn't, I thought it was out of necessity because I was dissatisfied and I was complaining a lot about my union and about the working conditions. I wasn't happy. And so one of the union guys, he said what was obvious. Well, Jack, if you think you can do better, do it. Hey, brothers and sisters, we can all do better. And there's a lot of others who are doing better that we could do better than them. We live in an inverted world, but the consciousness is changing, right? And the idea today, the topic of raising perspective. Practice imagining your view of the world, but practice imagining it from a higher mind, one of God. What would God see? Or for those who, place Jesus and God as, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus see? Look at the world from a greater perspective, rather than just the short-term rewards and punishments, or the short-term lust, or whatever. We've got to overcome our selfish and insecure patterns. All of us do. It's part of growing up, right? And back to what I was saying, when you step back and you look at many of your fears, they are illogical. Okay? Why on earth was I afraid of another human being just like me, just because he held a different position within the same employer? I was afraid of that. And that's insane. But I tell you what, fears are real. If you got a fear, it's real to you. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. So it's up to you to face your fears, to overcome your fears. And I tell you what, the gift of you, the gift of your self-confidence is hidden behind your fears. Once you explore them and you bring them in close, and you admit that there is a fear, you admit that there is a judgment, you admit the truth of what is creating your feeling, And then you bring it in close to you and you hold on. And that's my fear. That's my belief. That's my perspective. And then keep going. That's my ignorance. I don't know more than this. I can learn. I can overcome this. And brothers and sisters, we never know what we can do until we do it. And once you try and do something believing you can, then you're going to learn if you can or cannot. It's really easy in this lifetime to talk ourselves out of love, out of greater, out of improvement. It's real easy to talk ourselves out of more. But don't do it. You deserve it. You deserve so much more. All of us do. Every one of us. Especially those of us who are trying, right? Trying to live a moral life and trying to be decent. We all deserve better. And we know this. Personally, I've had enough. I've had enough of the economic corruption, the political games, all of this nonsense. I've had enough. I've been praying to God, praying for mercy, praying for awakening, praying for whatever. God to help. Please. Please remember that God is within you. God is within all others. God is everything. And if you accept that truth as a truth for yourself, that God is everything to me. Because if God is everything, then what am I? I am no thing, which I am not. I am the essence of life that the Creator has formed, and I share the mind with you and with all those others who are living right now and that were in the past. We're sharing the energies of the human consciousness together. And these biological bodies, bringing it back to nature. They were created to be in tune with nature, with time, with the universal energies. These bodies were made to tune into the moment of life. Because life happens in moments, and if you don't pay attention, years will pass. People you love, they'll be gone, and you won't be able to, oh shit, I forgot about them. Something I learned from myself, and I encourage you. You want more joy in your life? Go through and take an inventory about how many things you've got to be grateful for without effort. It's real easy to lose sight of with familiarity, right? And our families are familiar to us. It's really easy to take each other for granted, to take those close relationships for granted. But I tell you what, when someone's gone, they're gone. And then that time is done. So find gratitude for being you. Find gratitude for those who are in your life. Offering you encouragement and support. Be real grateful for those. And for the other ones who offer you challenges and strengthening, be grateful for those too. Because in the end, God is everything. And what matters to each of us is how we live. Okay? I found it it's kind of dreamy, honestly, when you live with inner peace. I mean, if you choose to live with peace in your life and, you focus on God, what is God? Where is God in my life? Have I been ignoring God? What's the real answer? What is the truth? Because until we seek answers for ourselves, they're there, just waiting to be discovered. But what answers are we seeking? Are we seeking new answers, or are we seeking confirmation of old thoughts, old patterns, old memories? Are we enabling and holding ourselves back? Are we enabling each other, holding each other back? Or are we advancing forward into life, into the future, into opportunities with confidence together? That's what I see for the future of humanity, brothers and sisters. I see a day where where by God's grace, we do humble ourselves to love. And we stop resisting the love that's in abundance, waiting for us to feel and to share with each other. We stop ignoring the love. We stop ignoring the life we have been given. And I see humanity coming together as brothers and sisters, children of the same creator, design, space and time. We are the happening of now. Brothers and sisters, what happens today becomes history. What happened before is history. It is stories. So get out of the stories in your mind. Connect intentionally with the energies of your heart, right? Because that is where your spirit is. That's what's going to lead you to greater love. Your heart will. And your heart will hold you back too. You convince yourself to believe that you're sensitive, right? Or even worse, that you're unworthy. Holy shit. You convince yourself that your heart is fragile? Please don't. Please don't. Remember the strength that is. I mean, look at the weeds, man. Weeds don't give up. They'll grow straight through concrete. They'll find a way. They will move themselves through the challenges. And you've got that same spirit of life within you. So do I. We all do. And that spirit of life, the true nature that's within us, it is the Buddha mind, the Christ mind, the whatever. It's the pure mind of God. It exists in the stillness of now, right now. Within you is the still mind of God. And when you silence your thoughts, your memories, your complaints, oh man, the newness of what may be discovered when you stop convincing yourself to believe in limits, when you stop creating distractions, when you stop allowing the tests to get to you, okay? Life is a test. We are being refined. So you can worry and stress. Oh my God, it's a test and I'm not prepared. Blah, 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 blah. I've done it. I've done it. You can recognize as a test is simply it's an opportunity to determine my growth, right? We only repeat the same lessons, the same tests until we outgrow the pattern. When you realize that you're doing the same relationship, the same type of conflict or whatever, if you're doing the same type of behavior that you don't like with one person, it's probably happening in others or especially in the past. We repeat until we learn. And so if you look at that as, you know what, that's what life is. I'm here to learn. I've made mistakes. They've made mistakes. Oh my God, I see they're making a mistake now. Oh, I could help them avoid this mistake I see them heading towards. If we look at life like that, and we remind ourselves and each other of how blessed we truly are to know love, to know wisdom, to know art, to know music, to know beauty, to know knowing, to know knowledge is a gift that we share with each other. We can share with each other knowledge and love and encouragement and the spirit of connection. The spirit of connection is waiting. It's waiting for all of us and each of us to choose. We do have a guest. And for others, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Welcome, Loubas. Good to see you, brother.
Why didn't you read my text, Jack? You had a perfect opportunity.
Because there was no reason for me to say those words.
That could have become great. It could have become great. Could you imagine what Talcott clip collections could have did with that?
But see, Lou, that's just the point.
I mean, what else have you got going on? You're not doing anything here. You might as well have someone do something for you.
Have you been ignored? Did you just... I'm not doing anything here?
Well, come on, Jack. The things you just said a few minutes ago, you've said them a million times. People have stopped listening. What's happening?
Well, nobody actually started listening because immediately people jump to conclusions and want to convince me that I'm wrong. And Lou, what I was saying is I'm far more than a man who should just be mocked. And here,
I agree.
So thank you. So you said I've said these things so many times. Please recognize I do try explaining the same thing, but in different ways. Few have asked me any questions about what I actually say.
Jack, are you serious? I don't think there's anybody here on these panels that has not asked you every question that we could probably think of here. It's been going on for a year. People have asked you more
questions.
Lou,
exactly.
Hold on. Our questions.
Right. You and others have imagined
none of the questions.
No, actually, what I have experienced and what I am experiencing right now is people ignore, refuse, they don't accept or understand what I have been saying. Okay. And I'm experiencing evidence of this right now. We've got someone here in the back. Something just happened to the camera though. So
make sure you see him, Jack.
T.
It's Hecklebus.
I don't know. First they showed a book and now their camera is not, there's nothing there. So you might drop out and try again with your connection. I don't know who you are or what's going on. But so Lou, what type of things do you hear me talking about? The topics.
Well, I mean, the obvious ones are legal secrets. We got to end that. No one can have secrets anymore. You know, we got to stop all the wars. I mean, those are the classic Talcottian mantra. What else? You know, I love you, brother. Let's get back to the now. Are you in your imagination? And if anybody says anything that goes against whatever you believe is the right place to be, it's get out of your imagination, brother.
Well, Lou, it's interesting that you're leaving out one of the most important topics and the one I've been talking about the most. Do you know what topic you left out?
To be with your son.
Nope.
What? What am I missing?
God.
Oh, fuck God. Sorry. I just got to say it. I got to say it, man.
Hey, Lou, see, this is what I mean. You have not been listening to what I've been saying.
God helps those who helps themselves, Jack. How many times have you stood here on this broadcast? You know your son's 20 years old. And how many times have you stopped the camera and say, "Look, Dominic, I'm sorry that I've given you a hard time in your life. I apologize. If you see fit to contact me, I'm willing to contact you. If you feel that you need to stay away from me, I'm
Hey,
so
Lou,
sorry, and I love you."
Lou,
And that's
Lou,
how many times have you
right.
looked into the camera and said that?
Lou,
He's got to be looking. He's got to be watching. Jack.
Lou,
You know
come
he
back,
is.
come back to here. Come back to now. Okay.
Back to
Come
my
back
out
to
of
now.
my imagination.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take a look at things in your room. Remind yourself you're here right now. Right? You're sitting here on my panel with me. Okay. We're equals. I'd like to call us friends, but so far you've been pretty challenging for me, but I got faith. There's a reason we're here. Okay. And so the topic was God.
Right.
And then you got in your mind after trying to convince me to accept fuck God. And I pointed out to you that you have not been listening to me. So instead of trying to understand what I'm saying or accept, maybe I haven't really been paying as close attention to Jack as I thought, rather than doing that, we took another trip in Lou's. I've heard those things before from you. No, you're looping, Lou. Yes. You are looping. That which you are accusing me of without evidence or explanation, you are doing, and I'm offering you, this is the evidence. That little argument, okay, that was irrelevant to the topic of God. So would you like to discuss God? Instead, or really. I don't want to discuss your thoughts anymore, Lou.
I don't, at this moment right now, God's not in my view right now.
Can you not imagine?
I'm talking to you. I hope that you would be talking to me.
But Lou,
God put us here to talk to one another.
Right.
Spirit put whatever you have in front of you was put in front of you by the Spirit.
Can you do that?
You want to call that God? You want to call that Buddha?
Hey, Lou.
I don't care what you call it.
Hey, Lou. Can you chill out and accept me? Okay.
I accept you, Jack. Of course I do.
Well, Lou, I wouldn't be asking that if I didn't feel unaccepted, because I'm saying to you what I'm trying to bring to your mind. I understand your past, and the past brought us both here. But I want you to consider, if you would, can you imagine any benefits to actually having God in your personal relationship? Can you imagine benefits?
Of course. I follow the Spirit.
Well, but Lou, when
I have to be honest, there's times where I shut it off as well.
I know. I see that. I felt that.
Overall in my life, I try to maintain and see where the Spirit is trying to lead me. Like this situation that we're in together now, Jack.
Yes. So Lou,
we've been put here.
Lou, hold on.
Take what we can get to build ourselves.
Would you please
try to build someone else?
Yes. Would you please?
Someone else.
Would you please?
For what you can use it for.
Hey, Lou,
and turn it
you're
into
speaking to
better,
yourself.
Bigger.
Lou, you're speaking to yourself, because what you're saying, it applies to you. Okay, please. But you're not going to Lou, don't be an asshole.
Well, does it apply to you? Why
yes, Lou, right. Lou, you imagined it doesn't apply to me, but here's what I'm offering to you, Lou.
Yes.
You can receive much more if you stop speaking and actually ask questions about the topic that's being discussed, I'm happy, and I would encourage you to, at this moment, recognize what you just said. The Spirit brought everyone together, brought us together in this moment, right? When I asked you to describe what you heard me talking about over this last year, right? Because you're trying to convince me to play along with your game and let me be made fun of more. Rather than do that, I wanted to see what you understood. You refuse to acknowledge that I've been speaking about God every single day on this platform. You ignored that part.
Well, it hasn't felt real to me, Jack.
Lou, hey, Lou, I don't want your excuses. Lou, your excuses, Lou.
I do know that.
Your excuses brought us to today, where today is a new opportunity, okay?
Okay.
So I am encouraging you, Lou, and anyone else who is listening, trust the logic that says bringing God into your life will make it better.
What's it going to make better?
Your life.
Some concrete details, not just generalizations. My life. What exactly is it going to do for me, and what exactly is it doing for you? Because obviously you're not getting what you want, and you're the one saying it.
That's an assumption, Lou. That's an assumption.
You're saying those words.
Lou. No, Lou. No, Lou.
No one
Lou.
offers me anything.
Hey, Lou. Lou.
You say it all the time, Jack.
Lou, do you want to argue or understand? I'm tired of your arguments.
Do you or don't you say that?
I'm tired of your arguments. Do you want to understand?
All right. I do.
You've brought this up before. Do you want to understand? I am tired of your looping arguments.
Make me understand. I want to understand.
Seek understanding, Lou. No one can make you do anything.
I want to understand. Go ahead.
Hold on just a moment. Welcome, brother. How you doing, Paul?
I just remembered you were live and I came over to check, and wouldn't you know it? This fucking guy's imagining disagreements, isn't he? And
yes,
because I heard you going off on him, and he's trying to test the waters and play games like he always does everywhere he goes. And don't give me credit for him either. Don't go to saying he's one of my defenders and my cult members, and he's an outlier.
I can't.
Okay, he's a ne'er-do-well.
Hey,
he's Canadian. It's even worse than all that. He's Canadian.
I'm gonna turn you up, Lou.
Oh.
There we go. Hey, thank you for the contribution, and got my attention, I guess. Yeah, so here's where we were at. Okay. Lou was criticizing me for not playing along and reading the text he sent, which was just a way of getting me to say things that really don't bring me respect. But so then he said, I'm on here doing nothing. And I said, well, Lou, have you not been listening to me? Well, okay, forgive me if I'm paraphrasing.
Well, no, but those were my words.
Okay,
I
so
said, you're not doing anything here. Why
there
not
we
let
go.
something else happen?
See, that ain't right. You know, It'd be one thing if I told people to come over here and do some shit like that and tell Jack, hey, you know, you're not doing nothing. It's going nowhere, whatever. But you just took it upon yourself to come over here and start playing with Jack. And then you know what's going to happen. It's going to carry over onto me indirectly.
I love Jack. And I know he loves you.
Not today.
He can't be without you. He can't quit you.
No,
I can't quit
that's
you,
true.
Jack.
That's
Well, we can't quit each other. That's the bottom line. Okay. We got an addiction, and it's love, man.
It's
Get out of your imagination. You know, I was just reading a Fact Friday from Jack on his Instagram, and a Mindful Monday, and an Awareness Wednesday. And I think you need to look at more of that, okay? Because you're kind of lacking here. It's like live without fear and love without fear. Yeah, he stole that trademark from me and paid to have it secured. And that's him loving without fear, right? He loved the name. I was too slow, and he wasn't fearful to go and get it secured. So if you'd live like that and cut the bullshit, we wouldn't have these kind of problems.
Paul,
Jack's
I
quick.
took the
Jack's
initiative.
quick.
I took the initiative to make the investment for our future.
All right.
That's what it was.
Okay. I accept that.
Get it?
I don't know why you're laughing. It almost seems like you think you're duping me, but okay.
No,
I mean,
no, I'm honest.
it's
I
almost
am
like you're
honest.
making fun of me as you just tried to
I'm
reveal that you were
laughing at-
helping. Oh,
The
okay.
laughter was-
Yeah, because it's the hat, right? Among other things.
Well,
Don't you
among
get
other
it?
things.
Don't you get it?
We've got another. Welcome, Smith. How you doing, brother? I was
Smith Preacher, we know that second person who sounds like you is you, so just cut the game in the future.
Yeah, you're so
We know that it's you. We there's no game anymore.
Did you hear how I was talking over that person?
No, that person was drinking. They sound just like you. They have the same. It's the weirdest thing is I want to know how you're that good at changing your ideology from someone from a dogmatic religious bent to someone who's trying to get me to say I'm God. That's a pretty good performance, right? However you're doing that, because it seems authentic.
So I chatted with Tommy yesterday, and he actually pointed, and I forget the guy's name. Maybe Tommy can drop it in the chat. This guy sounds just like that guy. You should hear it. He's an old YouTube creator, and I guess he doesn't make content anymore. But Tommy had somebody bring the video up. It sounds.
So you promise me right now
I swear
that
to God,
is not you.
I swear to God, I wouldn't do that. If I did, I fucking did that. I didn't do that.
Okay.
I can't make content with my own information. How the hell am I going to figure out how to StreamYard 2 different accounts at the same time and talk?
I don't know. I said this Smith creature is quite a genius. He might be up to something here.
I
So
am quite a genius. You're correct, but I'm not technologically a genius. How you doing, Jack? I didn't do that, Paul.
Good.
Nothing but
Hey,
respect for you. I
hold
went
on.
on scene
Can
show.
you-
Oh, sorry.
You asked
all
me
right,
how
let's get back
I
to
am,
Jack,
and then you
please.
don't really care,
yeah,
right?
you fucking go to Jack and then you just go back to talking about me, and then I'm
Right.
going to catch shit for that. Get back to Jack quickly, please.
Fair.
Well,
Before he kills us all.
please, I want to praise God for the contribution and acknowledge praise
God.
God, right?
God.
Praise God.
Hey, when I
Praise
asked
God.
Lou to tell me what he heard me talking about on my streams, he comes up with ending legal secrets, made fun of that, and then ending wars, kind of, snickered about that. And then when pressed, it was trying to talk to my son. He totally left out that I talk about God every single time I come on.
He does.
I mean, every day. And
Yeah, that's why I said
the
fuck
biggest
God.
part of your message.
You should start doing like that Mexican guy. You ever see that ex-Mexican gangbanger who he goes around getting beat up and goes, Jesus Christ? He yells out Jesus Christ as he's getting beaten by other gang members. That's interesting. Every other word he yells, Jesus Christ. So
Sounds like a reference that nobody knows what the F you're talking about.
I got to pull it up one day. All right. I thought, and I would think you of all people, is this
Right.
the Illumatami? Who am I addressing specifically?
Oh, Paul.
Welcome,
because
Tommy.
you don't know yourself.
Well,
Oh, there you
I
go.
gotta
It's
address-
Illumatami. I see the
This is
moniker
a
there. I didn't.
This is a special, exception, Jack, because when I said I'd be up here one more time and never again, that's true. But I came up to clarify with Smith the whole thing. Because this is the thing, Paul, regardless of whether I sat there thinking, I know this voice, man, I know who the F this is, and showed it to Smith. When you tell me, oh, I'm more intelligent than you couldn't gather together that dude and Smith were on your panel at the same time, like arguing with each other, and you think it's the same guy.
No, my point is that I was leaning toward at one point thinking it was him. Then I went to leaning toward thinking it wasn't him.
You
Hey, please don't talk
Smith
over
to
my
his
answers.
face.
That's not cordial. We're practicing cordiality and courtesy here today.
You need practice.
This is Jack's panel, and I don't want to take it over either with everyone addressing me. This is how I catch shit. Everyone comes in and starts hurling tomatoes at me, and I'm forced to have to correct the record.
So I came in to start shit when I was Captain Zamerica.
agent of
The
chaos.
place you say
You didn't give a fuck about Jack's panel. You didn't give a fuck about the description and the topic. You didn't come in to talk to him or anything. It's immediately throwing things at me, and then it's going to be the Paul Unslave show on Jack's panel. And I'm sick of that shit, too.
Promise I came in here to talk to you, Jack. I was just clarifying what he was saying. I'm sorry I asked you that and then cut you off. I actually asked you how your birthday was the other night, and you didn't even get a chance to answer, and that kind of annoyed me, but it's your show, and I could tell it annoyed you. But, yeah, I'm here for you, bro. Sure, shit wasn't me, though, bro.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Tom. Paul, I agree. This cannot continue. And you know what? I've been aware that I do blame. I hold you responsible to some extent, or I have. I won't blame you though. These people are their own responsibility.
Everyone is, Jack, including like the first step you need to take to end secrets is tell us how the fuck you disappointed your son.
Ask him.
No, he doesn't want to talk to anybody, as shown by his not getting in contact with them. We can ask you because you say you don't lie and you tell the truth. So what did you do to disappoint your son?
This is for Jack to answer. Let me interrupt. I had a mom that absolutely hated my dad, rightfully so, but I know how women can be divisive and try to pit a kid against the other parent.
The point is that
we know that a 20-year-old man in college that knows his father's phone number and doesn't
here about Jack's issues, and we've tried to get to the bottom of it. I don't suspect that you have...
for Jack.
Shut up, you filthy slave. I don't suspect that you have pure intentions to actually work with Jack and understand him and maybe help cure him if you think something's wrong. I think you're bringing it up because you want to offer disrespect.
I agree. So Tom accused me of being evasive because I won't answer what someone else is thinking, right? That's fucking stupid, Tom. Pull your head out of your ass.
Right.
And we can discuss anything, but you've got to accept.
Okay, that's what you say. You are the one that told the story of disappointing your son, and now it's my imagination I'm asking you about. And Paul, you have...
Can't hear you.
You can entertain his arguments if you want. I don't. Tom, you threatened that this might be an exception to the last time on here. Let's just make it the last. Fucking punish me. Don't come back if that's what it takes for
oh no, he needs this. He needs to be on panel for his metaversal heroin, his metaversal meth. He needs a place to come and speak and be seen, and he'll go anywhere and everywhere to do it. Watch, bring him back out right now. He's desperate for attention. He can only go a few days at most without coming on these panels, storming on, cycling in confusion, imagining disagreements, offering nothing but disrespect, and getting in his ego. So,
he's already left the backstage, but
hey, he's pathetic. See, then he ran. As I control him. Even I point out that he's doing it, then he runs to try to prove he's not. So I still am running him from the inside out because it verified it's true by leaving.
Well, two things. In one of the previous streams, I looked down at the chat near the end and I see Tommy saying, "It's my feeling that Jack was violent with his son when he was drinking," or something like that. So he's imagining me beating my son, I don't know what else he's been saying, but he is insane. He has never, hey, and so I text Tommy as soon as I saw that. And I said, "Hey, what's the deal, man? Let's talk about my relationship with my son. You got any questions? Let's discuss it." And then here he is. He's still running with this. Praise God. Please and thank you. Thank you for the contributions. And
praise God.
Praise God. Thank you.
Praise God.
Hey. Hey, welcome,
Can
Provo.
you hear me? Am I live?
It's a little muffled, but you are there.
You're right on
A
the
cheap,
spectrum.
shitty mic that he bought. I saw that microphone. It's cheap and shitty. Because he's got all this money,
on the
but
spectrum that we can hear you. Right on the spectrum.
Hey, is that better?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
I think we're being a little too hard on Tommy. The more I've prayed and thought about Tommy, I think he deserves another chance. I think he actually brings a good light to a stream. And I've forgiven Tommy for a few things, and I think he can.
I got to stop you right there, Provo, before
Why,
you
you don't
talk
like when I'm
yourself.
nice? Are you just like Paul?
no, it's not that. I don't mind when you're nice.
Well-
It's that you can't hate for months and expect to be nice and think you're going to get immediate results. You got to work into that.
Oh, actually, you know what? I was going to offer something to Provo that, you may have found forgiveness and reasons to forgive Tommy,
Yeah.
but Tommy has offered me nothing positive.
But I think we should forgive Tommy.
But
Has he forgiven himself? That's the question.
he's offered
my
no
choice.
reason. And I've offered forgiveness over and over. I've offered kindness. I've offered, and he disrespects what I offer. And he's offered me nothing except claims he'd have a room for me after I become homeless. Not willing to help me avoid being homeless,
Great.
but he'll fucking help me after I become homeless.
Oh God, I gotta strip a land out back with a tent.
Now, are you going to let me respond, Jack, or are you just going to backstage me with your little mod god pal?
I don't know. Let's see. Can you keep any
So
respect?
let me respond. First off, Jack, I wanted to ask what you had just said about when you texted me. Was that after Talstock?
Probably.
Okay, so what happened when you called me on Talstock?
Greatest event ever, by the way.
I don't
You
remember
called him,
calling
Jack?
him.
You called
I
him?
don't
I called
remember.
you when I needed you like a month ago. You didn't answer. It's all good.
Huh.
Oh yeah, he
And
didn't
I
want to deal
don't
with
know
that.
Jack not to take a phone call. He desires the phone call.
Yeah, you didn't answer me last week either, Jack. Why
Love
don't
you, Jack.
love me?
Paul, do you remember what happened when he called me
Jack,
on
I
Talstock?
sent you a dick pic and you left me on red.
Oh, that was like what? Like a 2 kilobit file?
Why are you guys all texting Jack, harassing him?
I don't.
Right.
I can't. And that's why I want to
What's
answer
your
the question.
problem? Leave him alone.
Yeah,
This is why I leave everyone alone. I go, leave me alone. I'm leaving you alone.
I'll just
Because I
I'll
don't
do
want
what I
this.
tell people to do, and that's I'll get to the point instead of playing the question game.
Get to
Jack,
a
when
point
you
where
called me during Talstock, you got the following number has been disconnected. You can't text me, motherfucker. That ain't my number. And you lied when you said, "Oh, we only ever Snapchat." No, I got the records of us calling via phone number back and
What
forth.
is your
liar.
fucking point? You
Well, when
lunatic.
you say
I'm done.
What an idiot.
Provo, brother, you suggested there might be a value. Do you want to reconsider? Or do you want to try and help Tommy improve?
Your message
He doesn't
always
care,
comes
Jack.
up.
I've been telling you from the beginning when you gave him mod powers. These are agents of chaos. They pretend to like you and respect you. They giggle at you behind your back. They won't tell you to your face what they think. And then they fucking suggest that more agents of chaos come in and have a forum here
I
to just
listen
spew
this
their
guy.
verbal
Listen
diarrhea.
to this guy. He's so fucking intellectual. Just take his advice, Jack.
Well, just mediate then. You suggested it. You said bring the retard in. You're
Hey,
apparently
I forgave
retarded.
Tommy, dude. I forgave
You
him,
keep
dude.
telling everyone you're retarded and autistic, and then you
Well,
suggest
hold
the
on.
other retarded autistic person come in and ramble incessantly. So
I'll
can you
forgive him.
mediate that and speak to him in his language, please? Because we
Yeah.
can't apparently communicate with him.
I
He's
can talk to
incommunicado.
Tommy. I can talk to Tommy.
Please. But here,
Tommy's a
don't
good
want-
guy. I think at the end of
Well-
the day, forgive him and be Christ-like.
okay, Provo, he's sitting here just insulting and just
threatened to kill me.
blaspheming the truth.
To some extent.
What's
He's
that?
not asking for forgiveness. You're offering forgiveness while he
Right.
offers disrespect and doesn't ask for forgiveness.
I think this guy's redeemable.
He thinks he's done nothing wrong. Here,
Well, he's
Tommy, have you
redeemable.
done
Tommy's
anything
redeemable.
wrong? Tom, you make all
PR,
these
Tom.
criticisms
Now,
and
Provo-
accusations of me, Have you done
Provo, the
anything
reason
wrong?
we can't have a conversation is this guy's got the spirit of his daddy in him, and he's on
You
those
have
Mod
the
Pod
floor.
towers.
Tommy,
You
Tommy,
have the
Tommy,
floor, and
Tommy.
you're just sitting here complaining.
Tommy, let's walk on eggshells.
Hey,
right now,
dumbass.
Tommy. Okay, these gentlemen don't have forgiveness in their heart. Let's bring it.
What?
Tommy, I know you walk with Christ. Let's take Christ to these individuals.
You
They're
Can we do that?
mocking now. They're mocking now, Jack. See what they do? The devils.
Here's the
They
thing,
mock that they
Provo.
got a spirit of Christ.
Jack
let it flow.
and Paul are going to get the same thing that the Thorpes are going to get. Just a mirror
You
of
being a
themselves.
loser failure on their panel, constantly embarrassing
Oh, I
yourself.
was
Yeah, we
talking
know.
about-
We know that.
I was talking about the loser failure accusation earlier today, about how you say that about everyone. And when we say, oh, in what
Not
context?
everyone.
Financial?
Well, I mean, there
No,
might be
Paul, let
qualities
me
with
finish,
everyone, but I don't say it
dickhead.
necessarily about everyone. I didn't say it about Steve Martin.
No, you just say it about
didn't
people that
say
you
it.
are currently unhappy with because you're a narcissistic joke that we
No,
all
I
see
point
through.
out places
And the
where I don't
reason you don't
respect
see me on
everyone,
your
including
stupid
myself
show
even. I
anymore
point out places
because
everywhere
all I
where I
got to
don't
do is
respect
show
people
these
completely.
people
Why
what
am I
you
not
are,
free to point that
and
out?
Tommy, take
you'll
your
go
time.
nowhere
Why
like
am I
the
not
loser
free to point
failure
out where I
Ronald
don't respect
girlfriend
people
liver wizard
individually
that you
for
are.
what they
walk
do
with
and don't do?
caution. We're with
Can
the
we do?
we're with
See, if you
someone
don't
who
have
knows
mod god
metaphors.
powers,
Why
you
am I
just
free to say I don't
ramble and
respect you
talk
for being a
over
cat
like you
coin
bitch
trader
about
and never
people.
actually standing for anything or doing anything? Why am I bad and wrong for saying that's my perspective?
Yeah, you're right, Paul. Once again.
Why am
Well,
I saying I don't respect people who give away books and try to pretend they're successful and
Oh,
talk
give away
about
books. Hey,
condos but do
Paul,
horrible
Paul.
broadcasts?
Paul,
Oh,
Why
have
would
you
I
ever
respect
given away
that?
anything?
stop. Paul, okay?
Have you ever given away anything
Provo-
because
Yeah, I
you've been
gave
so
away
blessed?
$25 yesterday to a morning show that was shitting on me.
Oh, well, then you understand why I give away books. So why are you shitting on someone who does the same thing you do? You give away
Because
money, I
you
give
talk
away books.
because you talk
You
like
give
you're
away
something, and then
money.
when I go and check the stats and the
Hey,
facts,
go
there's
check out
nothing
my
there.
Patreon. This is the last copy of the book I've
No one wants it. No one wants it. Why would anyone pay
I
for your
guarantee
book
I
that's
guarantee I
written
could sell
about
this book
a
right now
story
on
who's
this
not a
live
main
stream.
character
Hey,
in the world?
Paul,
You're not a main character
I
on the
am a
world
main
stage
character.
at
This
all.
is my book. You
You
ain't
don't
done
do
shit.
anything. You don't live anyway.
I like this. No, bring him back up. He's a good guy, Jack. I'm sure. Hey, Jack.
I know he is, but here's the thing. I don't know what book you have, you don't have. Paul, just because you don't want what someone offers doesn't mean that nobody wants. And there's no reason for this. Guys,
There's little to no value in that book. You could bet on it.
That's
There's
bullshit.
little to no value in that book.
Who cares?
Who
I
cares?
care.
Then
hates
talk
on my
about it on
creation.
your stream, dude. Can we?
Oh, I didn't know that I couldn't talk about me caring about truth on here. I didn't know that.
You don't
I
like
thought we
my
were talking about
creation of
Jack.
art?
What's
your
the most
creation
valuable
is-
thing in that book? I don't want to
If
hate.
you die,
Just tell us
and-
the most valuable thing that you put in that book that's going to change everyone's life.
There's a lot
Can
of
we-
things. There's a
Can
lot of
we
things
find?
Here's
Can
a
we
quote.
come tell you?
Do you want me to
Provo-
read a passage from my book?
What is
Yes.
the relevant? Is this your book you wrote?
It is no use to blame the looking glass if your face is awry. So that means if you're ugly, Paul, there's no use in blaming the mirror.
Great stuff. Immediately,
well, I
somebody
wrote
go to
that,
Patreon
so-
and get that last book.
If I wrote that, you don't think?
How
there's
does
any
that
value
apply
in it?
to your life, your journey? What does that do for anybody? It's
Tells
just a
other people that
meaningless
if they-
cliche. It's a
they're
meaningless
ugly-
cliche to sound
No.
intelligent.
Paul, hold on.
You don't even live that way. You live in the opposite way.
You want another quote, Paul? You want another quote?
You live in the
No.
opposite way.
Hey,
What's the
you
point of the
guys-
quote?
oh,
Sounds good, but you live in the
hello.
opposite.
Come back to now and allow me to take back this show, this stream, this conversation. This is turning into bullshit, and I don't appreciate all
They're
Provo.
all in their imagination, Jack.
Hey Lou, you were
No, they
safe.
are.
Keep
They
your
are.
mouth shut and you stay safe, Lou. That quote about don't blame the mirror. In the realm of consciousness, we are reflections and refractions of each other. So our world improves when we start listening to what others are saying in our experience.
And quit mudslinging and start networking.
Can I just say something real quick? You know, Stalin used to say that, eh? Keep your mouth shut and you'll stay safe.
Okay, Jack's not Stalin.
Well, that's what he said to me.
Stalin was a powerful and great man. What's your point? Thank you for noticing that Jack was powerful and great, like Stalin. You are no one and nothing.
More
Thank you for that, Lou. Or Paul. Paul, thank you. Humor makes things become easier to accept. And
I didn't
sometimes you
find
gotta
that funny.
I don't care. I was thanking Paul for what I received. Okay. Raising our perspectives, right? The title of the stream. When we come together and we actually come to a place of peace, bringing the minds of multiple together. When I was an instructor before I give a class, one of the exercises I used to do, real simple one, give everyone like a minute, write down as many green vegetables as you can think of. Right. And so everyone spend a minute, write out as many green vegetables. And what you'd find is, you have someone who's real creative. They get like 15 and the average is like 4 to 6. It's something smaller, but you bring them all together and dude, you get a dynamic collection of perspectives and greater knowledge. Yeah. And so what I found for myself, while I don't have others, to be that sounding board, we all have the ability to try and place ourselves within the other, to try and determine wants and securities. And by understanding each other, when I started realizing this, man, how fucked up this world is, how many people are coming from some like torture. Children have been tortured in some cases, and here they are, they're going along doing the best they can, living a life, carrying that shit around them.
Why do we immediately go outward to the world and other people in it rather than going inward and saying, we are so fucked up, we are carrying around XYZ, right? And by we, I mean I am that am, and the vessel that it
this discount
inhabits.
feels right. He's right. He's exactly right.
Am I the discount Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. I happen to think I'm better than Dr. Phil, but who am I, right? I'm just a lowly person on the internet.
No, you're not lowly. You're a celebrity, dude. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it, Paul.
Sure. No problem. Someone's got to subscribe. I had to move the number from 6 to 7. I said someone's got to do it. So
you don't have
did
two
my part.
paintings of yourself, Paul.
This guy's mic sucks.
You don't have 2 paintings of yourself.
We can't hear you, Loubas.
Yeah, please, Lou.
Leave.
The personality is enough to tolerate, but the
Lou's been drinking again, and when I say drinking, I mean mayonnaise. He's got some of it still in his throat.
Hey, Jack, no disrespect, man.
Hey, Jack, no disrespect. Hey, Jack.
Look, Provo kid over here. He's acting like a complete fool. He's acting like, look at him. I used to do it, Jack. I come up here with respect, brother. This is your broadcast. I'm not here to trash anybody.
But that's what you started with.
Yeah.
Bro, I walked in the room and he already had trashed me.
I know your behavior.
Took a step in here.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So now that we got that out of the way, and Provo, we're not here to trash each other, and we'll try and balance.
It's literally like running a kindergarten. Right? No, Tommy, you're not going to come in and insult Joey. Keep your hands to yourself. Use your words. This is where we're at. You wonder why we're enslaved?
Because we're battling each other instead of the main enemy.
It's bizarre.
I got no issues with anybody. I've let it go. I let people trash on me. And the point I was trying to bring up is he's like, do you love Paul or do you hate him this morning? I said, I respect Paul. I don't know that I love him. I respect him. And I said, stop fucking putting his name in your mouth when he's not around. So.
That's all I need. They think I need them to like me, love me, all this other shit. No, as long as you respect me. Okay. Yeah, and it's not even about respect me. Respect the truth. Where am I truthful? Where am I off? And then just rebut that.
It's about respect you. I try to give you respect. It'd be nice if it was reciprocated. Every time I see you still.
Well, it's not going to happen, but that's okay. Okay, as long as you respect me, we'll do fine. Or at least the truth.
Okay.
It was okay.
I just think the mudslinging is unnecessary because you're not. I don't know that you're the god of media. You're a good broadcaster. You got a good.
I'm definitely the god of all media. I mean, who else is it? What the hell does that mean, Jack? This guy.
He's the only
one.
Might
have to get him out of here. He's a little delusional.
I'm not trashing on you, Paul. I'm saying
I've never once heard anyone else be proclaimed the god of all media. Just me.
Bring Tommy back up. Bring Tommy back up.
No, here, Provo. I want to address this. Smith, please. Yeah. I want to address this actually because Tommy's not in the back right now, but he left me a note. This is the type of man who Tommy is, I guess. Okay, Jack, I'm not going to let you waste my time. Oh, got your son's location and I shouldn't have. Have fun watching your hit piece. So
I'm not vouching
another idle threat like he does with everyone.
I know, but I'm not vouching for him. I respect.
Can you shut up for a moment?
I'd love to meet you for lunch.
Fucking follow through with your words. You become a man.
Follow through with your words.
Don't be a dick then. Don't be a dick.
So who are you thinking? Olive Garden or what?
I don't give a shit if you want to meet me or not, Smith. Follow through with your words. And this world becomes a better place. I'm telling you guys.
Jack, he also did say he was going to kill himself at one point. So, I mean, your argument is still valid, hypothetically.
I think I called Jack that night. He wouldn't answer. Good guy.
Yeah. Follow through with your words and the world will be a better place.
Right. This guy is. Look at what I'm dealing with.
You encouraged me to do that, Paul.
He's going to victim now. He's going to victim.
This guy supposedly lives in the same town as me.
Yeah, I mean, bro, nobody tells you to get drunk and depressed and then come online and threaten to kill people and yourself.
Let's carry that further. He has called me at times where he was out of his fucking head drunk, where I've offered direct support. I've invited him to church. I've invited him to a men's group. I've invited him to lunch. And then he wants to come on here as though he's so much better than me. And you know what?
He's identified with his dysfunction and addiction, so much so he won't even take support and have help. But then he plays the victim when he's held accountable for what he says and does.
Right. And since he won't accept help, he remains helpless for himself, and he's worthless because he offers no help.
That's nice.
Just his fucking opinions and words.
That's nice.
Hey, Smith, follow through and I'll buy your lunch.
I can buy my own lunch. I appreciate that. Those are kind words.
Hey, are you into like Applebee's? They got a great side starter.
I think we're being a little harsh.
They get some great jalapeno poppers.
I appreciate you guys. This is a fucking rock solid community. I appreciate it.
Let's be a little bit softer, Jack. I think we're being
Take care, Jack.
Man, I told you that night that I care about you and I wouldn't want to see anything happen to you. You want to sit here when we're doing fucking, razzing and back and forth and then play the victim. Get some fucking help yourself, right? No one tells you to sit in that hovel in between working a slave job 70 hours a week, as you say, hating your life. No, figure out how to reorder your life. Hey. Go be an institution. Go to fucking inpatient rehab. Figure your shit out, bro. Actually, be a fucking man.
Hey, here's what I know for a fact. From experience, the best way to get out of your addiction and your habits and your self-destruction, go help someone. Smith, find a way to be of service, not just for fucking money. And when you go out of your way to help someone, and by the way, I happen to be a pretty good guy who lives in the same town as you, who could use some help with something. So if you want to do a good deed, follow through with your fucking words, Smith.
Jack runs a treatment program where you learn to serve him Not God.
Hey, they got to learn somehow. And God's given me a lot of problems to solve.
Hey, why don't you try helping someone in the world? Let's start with me. I got some stuff out back that you can take care of.
Dude, helping me. If I can get some fucking progress, I will help others. That's the only reason. You guys may not want or see what I can offer, but I know I can help people.
I just don't feel I need anything at this time. Am I bad for not being needy and wanting? Like, am I bad for that?
I think you can push yourself, and
I'd rather us just hang. Why do you want to be my fucking therapist? I don't even want to be yours, and they tell me I am now. I'd rather us just hang and do Talcott stuff.
Honestly,
rub knees, howl out to the moon, laugh and giggle maniacally, eat edibles, run around town naked, go terrorize Margot and the UN and the rest of these union workers. I'm trying to do Talcott shit, bro. Can we get away from the prying lights of show business? Exactly. That's right. I won't email you or talk to you privately. That's why
Jack,
we can't.
Jack, he's right. You know, Paul. I mean, Pimp is a insightful person. He's got faith, family, love behind him on the wall, and I think he's exactly right. You got to have faith, family, and love with you every day.
Hey, let me address something there. Shit, I lost it.
Faith, family, love.
It was before that.
Is Paul talking about slavery? Paul needs a break. So, hey, Paul, go off camera. I can tell. Me and Jack will hold the stream down.
You can tell something. He's telling things that I need a break.
I can tell things. I can tell you need a break. You've been streaming for hours on hours. Go take a break. Me and Jack will take over. Go ahead.
That's okay. Thank you for the offer.
Oh, here. This is the thought I realized. Okay. And I allowed my mind to drift for a moment, but this.
You saw Jennifer's sexy ass stomach. That's why, you little fucking animal. Talcott wants to bang Jennifer. I know you do.
Hold on. I know how this sounds, but please don't just reject it. Consider it. Okay? Because Lou and I were talking, and I asked him, can you imagine the benefits of bringing God into your life? I didn't really get a clear answer. What I'm suspecting, people are afraid to change and to actually seek God because it would mean their life would change. People they're afraid of change. Well, guess what? People don't find time for me in their lives because subconsciously they know that a friendship with Jack means some change.
Facts.
So then you carry that further. I am the same as everyone else. We do this with each other. We push each other away when there's something in there that we can learn. And guys, if we stop making life so complicated, fuck, it's fun, man. Life is fun when you don't care, when you don't fear.
Can you please add that to Mindful Monday? Life is fun when you don't care. It's complete opposite. Like I go, hey, I try to live the Tao. It says don't live and work with men who don't care. Jack takes the opposite approach. Just immediately stop caring and life will get better.
That's I felt the need to censor as it was coming out. But,
someone just killed themselves out there. Jack's doing transformational life coaching.
Honestly, Jack,
someone in the audience just killed himself because Jack didn't self-censor.
Don't let these panel birds at the bottom of the panel interrupt you because they're quiet as a mouse. They're not really content creators. Moose, Christo, Loubas,
right.
Fucking losers who like to hang out on the panel and be seen.
Right.
They feel like, oh, I'm going to be cool. I want to be on a panel with Jack and Paul. Oh, let me just turn my mic off and be a fucking loser.
Hey,
these losers
Provo.
He's on to something.
Hey, we all play our own roles. And I'm grateful to have those who let me look a little better. So, Moose, Lou, Christos, thanks for joining. You make me look good sometimes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, brother.
Keep doing
Wait a
bad,
minute.
brothers and sisters, so I can look good.
No, actually, no. I might look better without you guys, but at least thanks for the company.
It's great to have these fucking panel birds sitting beneath us, pecking at the content we're creating, and I love it. Right, like these panel birds pecking. Notice me, I'm Moose. Notice me, I'm Loubas. And Christos, you got a good channel. What kind of content you
blah,
make?
blah, blah,
Blah blah blah. You're a fucking loser. Panel bird, not contributing
Jack, you got
shit.
a lot of people
Just
soft
like most of
trolling you,
these
bro. That's
fucking
why I came
losers
on here.
on the
You got
internet.
people like this
Jack's
guy coming
dropping
over to fuck
wisdom,
around with
and
you.
you don't have a fucking thing to say.
Kinda crazy,
right? You don't have a
dog.
fucking thing to say.
Sorry, Christos. What were you saying?
Got a lot of people soft trolling you.
Here's where I'm at today. When I wanted to start this stream, it was I'm learning more. Okay, deepening I'm adjusting my practices regularly to see what works with me, for me. And the most recent is a deepening of the all is God. So I see God is hanging out with me today and having fun. And I love it.
Good to be here, Jack. Thank you for acknowledging my presence. As the God of all media, of course.
All of the gods. Everyone's a god in their own self, within the self. We are the creator of our lives, of our limits, of our desires, of our fears. We create what we choose. And the thing is what I learned, it's so fucking simple. We are here to do what you want. But the thing is, this world taught us to limit what we want, to believe that we can't get what we want, that it's out of reach. But this is a dream. Okay? All things are possible in a dream, and this is a dream of life. Was it dreamed by the creator or us? I don't know. But it's a dream of form. And the future, man, the future is where it's at. Because I'm telling you, Paul, you brought it up.
Fucking going on here, I can tell you that much.
I want to plant this seed. Let's find should you consider it? I think there's an opportunity to kind of coordinate and maybe strategize some ideas. How do we start reasoning with some of these other people that don't quite understand the slavery system that they're just going along with?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. You don't. You just let them get genocided. See, this is the key, right? This is the trick. Is we've offered them too much and they've taken too little and they've disrespected us and offered us nothing. So now comes the fun part. They choose their own slavery and genocide, and then some of us get to laugh and laugh as we go to our death. We get to laugh and laugh.
Paul, if we find a way to get past their rejection and their initial objections, if they listen, I have faith. I have faith in many people, Wes, Anton, the others. I have faith that if they stop and consider the truth that you and I carry, all it would take is a conversation and they'd be like, holy shit, how do I learn from you, Paul?
Yeah. Probably
what
not.
else do I need to learn?
That's the thing. I don't have $3,000 to $7,000 to initiate a conversation with Watson, and I can't pay Antoine $16 a month. I can't get it done. So if you want to cover me and him for 16 each, then we can talk to him. But something tells me that other things motivate these people other than the truth, what's right, and actually stepping out into true masculinity and true empowerment. Oh, I don't know what that is. Are you?
Your facts.
What's this?
Paul's talking reality now, and I couldn't agree with
Yeah,
more.
it's sad, man.
It's nice we got the 3 panelists up top, or we got the 3 panel birds below.
Right. That's kind of like a foundation, Provo child.
Yeah,
you ever see them?
You ain't got shit to say, Christos, because you don't have a thought in your goddamn.
No, that's okay. That's
Provo kid.
You ever seen the?
Hey,
you ever seen the picture? You ever seen the picture of the guys who like they're lowly, disgusting slaves and they're hunched over and on their back is some kind of flowering civilization, right? That's these people. They just kind of sit there and hunch over, and then we create something on the back of them. So that's like our foundation there.
They are valuable. You're right. A pyramid needs a base. And Paul is right. And Jack, you've had a great stream so far. And I'd like to hear from Moose, Loubas, and Christos. Like, I don't want to hog up all the airwaves. Do any of these other gentlemen have something to say? Christos, you got your cam up. Why don't you go ahead and drop some insight on these fucking people we're talking to right now? Go ahead.
Yeah, Jack, I love that you continue to come back with Paul. And I think that makes a lot of people mad out there, actually. They don't want to see you come together with Paul. It seems that some people enjoy the strife and the conflict between you two. And sure, that can be fun at times, but ultimately, I think everyone knows, as well as you and him, that you're going to be able to serve everyone and yourselves better together and not playing metaversal games for content, per se. But it's beyond that at a certain point. Why we come here, every day or every week, whenever we do, and do this as you guys do. So proud of you, Jack. Hey. And I also wanted to ask you, go ahead.
No, please feel free.
I was just going to say, did you ever get a chance to get in touch with the elect of God?
No, dude. I think I only emailed him once or twice, but no, I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
But I haven't given up. I'm hopefully, should things align, I may have some support behind the scenes, and hopefully they can help open up doors of communication, ideally. But you know what, Christos, to bring that back around, the acceptance, right? We're all playing these different roles, and without each other, this experience wouldn't be what it is. So I feel blessed to have met you guys. Well, I'm still waiting to find reasons to feel blessed about some of the people, but I believe they're there.
I feel the same, Jack. I have to thank Marky R for his contribution. He's a blessing, supporter, contributor. But some of these other people.
Thank you, Marky R. We appreciate you out there, Marky R.
Honestly, Moose, you don't need to simp for Paul so hard. If Paul's saying thank you, you don't need to add any more thank you.
Yeah, I don't need you to tell me what to do either, buddy.
A weak puppy on the mama's tit who's overfed. Like, you're overfed and you're saying thank you right after Paul says thank you. You could just cut it off there.
You seem like you have your mama's spirit telling everybody what to do today.
My mom is a strong woman, so that would be a blessing if I had her spirit. So you're mistaken there, brother.
I'm sure it is. Every man wants to have their mama inside.
Okay, Provo child now indirectly saying the woman was the strongest person in the family, which is
it's a hard bargain.
My father, a weak bitch. My mother, strong.
Which one's stronger, a doctor or a lawyer? I don't know. And that's my next merch line coming out. It says doctors and lawyers. So you can buy the new merch on the Provo Kid Patreon. It says doctors.
Is this the part where I reveal to him that they're both a beta boy and beta girl? Fuck boy, fuck girl?
Sure,
is this where I let him know he's a product of fuck boy and fuck girl? My new
merch line, it'll say doctors and lawyers.
Okay. Lawyers, let's not break his heart, Talcott. Let's just move forward. He doesn't want to know the truth.
Please hold on.
Who created? Hey, Talcott, watch this. Who created the biggest problem in the world that we then furthered and gave our power away to over the last 3 years? Oh, that's right. Doctors and lawyers. Thanks.
I love it. That's my motto.
Thank you. And you wonder why we're inauthentic corporate beta male slaves and beta women.
The spirit of a lawyer or the spirit of my dad, a doctor?
I'm saying you got both.
Baby, I got a doctor and
you got a masculine demon in you, and you got a feminine demon in you.
And a lawyer. It's tough to deal with.
Right.
That's the new merch line. Check it out on Patreon.
My mom and dad are doctors and lawyers, right? That's why I can afford big. That's why I can afford big condos. That's why I can afford to write books and give them away, right?
Can we get a mod?
Because I come from big money, right?
Patreon.
I look up to doctors and lawyers. Right.
I love you guys. Please. Thank you. Hey, I don't mean to be that guy, just to take your company and then take off and leave, but I am feeling like wrapping it up. There's
praise God.
well, there's some cool things. Smith, if you're still listening, there's a little something going on over in Hilliard, a little Hilliard Fest this weekend. So come join.
He's in the chat right now, Jack. And I just want to say that I think the reason why you're leaving is because you're tired of little beta boys trying to sell their products on your show. I mean, it's your show, but he comes up here, tries to tell you how to act, and then he tries to tell everybody else on your panel how to act. And then,
this guy's talking about donations he receives. Hey, I'm going to give a shout out to the donation.
Oh, look at this. I got these products. I got these products.
Moose.
Kind of like the music, isn't it, Paul? After a while, it's got a melody to the whining.
It's beautiful.
It's a cacophony of incompetence, Talcott. It's like it's its own symphony, right? You just hear one beta boy chatter incompetence, the other one chatters incompetence. It's like dueling banjos, right? Of incompetent betas.
Listen to these broadcast kings talk. It's so grateful. I'm so grateful to be in their presence, Jack.
Hey.
And Pimp, it's so nice to be in your presence of knowing how to do everything correctly.
Brother,
I feel blessed. I feel blessed.
You should. Hey,
don't worry, Jack. That's what a beta boy does. It's do passive aggressive, mocking, fake statements.
I know.
That's what lawyers and doctors do. The same thing that he does. Right.
Hey, don't promote me.
Oh, I'm so blessed to be here with someone who used Google to look up why I shouldn't take the poison I was just offered, right? They'll talk to you like that when you're at their office. Oh, you think you're smart because you went on Google. I'm a doctor, right? Take my poison. This is who his...
Hey, I wanted to get this thought out. So, back to the melodious sounds of the cacophony of complaining and whining. I used to be bothered by that when I thought like Moose and Provo, just the recent example, when I thought Moose and Provo were people, I used to get annoyed by that.
Right.
But now that I see that,
now you realize they're golem, broken husks of what they could be, and really there may be no hope. So you might have to just leave them behind. You can't love everybody and save everybody.
Keep the God of all media next to you, and just
absolutely. Why wouldn't he? The best thing everybody has on this metaverse and on the ground. Let's just call it as we see it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think so. I think a lot more than your beta boy, doctor and lawyer, mama and daddy, I'd say. I don't know. I'd guess that.
I think you're jealous.
I guess I'm a little bit more on the ball than those beta boys and girls who raised you.
I smell loneliness.
Children.
I smell
lonely. I'm so lonely.
You smell that insecurity, Christos? I smell insecurity. Take a deep breath.
I'm lonely and insecure, yes.
Take a deep breath of that insecurity.
Have we ever seen this guy with his wife there? Another beta boy who's on 8 hours a day with no woman who ever comes in the room. Isn't it weird? Telling me I'm lonely and insecure. Are you projecting your loneliness and insecurity?
I meant no.
Because no one ever checks on you in that dark hole that you broadcast in? Hours a day editing anime?
Hey, we're creating content. Let it roll.
Man, this is sad.
How do we move past this?
It's a decline of civilization. There is no moving past it. You have to watch them burn. You have to watch these beta boy slaves burn themselves in the world.
Amped it up.
That's where we're at.
We amped it up.
Hey, throw the sword, man.
This guy over here.
Yeah, throw the sword because he can't. You got to shut him up. Throw the sword, please.
Final words. Provo. All right. Final words. How about Lou? Moose, thank you, brother. Lou, let's follow Moose's example. Christos, brother.
Wow. Well, I love that Moose is still in the community. He's doing his producing. You know, there's always a wild twist around every corner here with these streams. So, but Jack, I do appreciate that you have embraced the meme subculture aspect to all this stuff on the metaverse. I remember early on, kind of others and I were saying embrace it. You know, if people are,
Yeah.
and you've done just that with some of these thumbnails you do and the things you've thrown up now. So keep it up, Jack, because we all love it. It's fun.
Hey, thank you. I got to share a new contribution. I think you'll appreciate this one.
Right.
I think that one might have been stolen, but
That's inspiring.
how about this one?
That's inspiring too.
I think that is inspiring.
Yeah, Snafu's going to get on you though because they threw a Pedo Pogo logo in there. Did you see a little spiral? That's a Pedo Pogo logo, so he's on you now. Yeah.
Oh no, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
who's
cow!
next?
I had nothing to do with that, Snafu and the crew. I had nothing to do with that.
Does Paul get second honors? Am I next? Last words, right?
Let's do that.
Well, the most important person stays to the end usually, so of course you would go now.
Of course, the handler stays towards the end. So,
Got
Jack,
it.
thank you
Final
for
words.
allowing me to be on your broadcast. It's been another great broadcast. Great to break bed with. There's the guard dogs. I got to go take care of
Did he just say he wants to break the bed with us? See, I knew that this kid was deviant.
No, hey, Paul, you're a great guy. Thanks for subscribing to my channel.
love you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate. I know you're one of my 6 viewers, and you understand where content is made. It's at the bottom because that's where originality is. And I've seen you take a little bit of what I've had and adopt it to yourself. And I couldn't be more honored to have influenced.
I actually didn't do that. So it's kind of weird too. It's kind of weird too. It's kind of weird to lie in your final words like that. But go ahead, please continue. This is interesting. Is that in the book that he wrote that he's giving away? Is that a fantastical narrative in the book?
Jack, don't kick me, Jack. Why are you
I stole his broadcast. I stole elements of his broadcast now. That's in his book. Go get that on Patreon.
Provo, thank you for joining. I am a fan. You're one of the peculiar characters that I do enjoy.
It's nice to have another one of my whack packers here, Jack, right? And they have a fantastic imagination, these folks. Like how he said, I took elements of his horrible broadcast and made it my own. Only a whack packer would say something like that, Jack.
Oh, dude, that was obvious. That was just trying to get to you.
We all know that's foolish on the face of it.
Well, but you know what? I've watched some of his editing stuff, Provo, when he streams how he's doing stuff. I haven't spent any time myself, but he makes it look kind of easy. And so this is
but it wouldn't be easy for us, Jack. When you're an incel gamer nerd online that spends your whole life in a dark room on a computer, he makes it look easy, right? But
yes, but see, that is a purpose that can help support a greater purpose,
right?
And not everyone's got to be in the front, but whoever's putting themselves out there, it sure helps to have a team.
Right. Yeah. Instead of pretending to be a broadcaster like he's been doing with his 6-person lives, he could work on a real purpose and meaning like the God of all media's broadcast and sit in that dark hole and edit videos of me and put him back out. Then his life would have meaning. But he can't even get that done because he's so egoic. Sad, huh?
We're not done yet.
No. And I think we're helping him here by having this conversation about him without him here, about all of his loser, failure, weakness, and incompetence. I think it's going to help him immediately.
Hopefully. I hope people do receive help. I hope they receive support, encouragement, maybe some confidence. I am ready to wrap up though, brother.
Wrap it up, Jack. I'm out of here.
Paul.
Another great broadcast, successful broadcast in the book. Salute to you, sir.
Respect. Thank you.
I'm out of here.
All right. Peace. Brothers and sisters, those who joined in now and who will later, thank you all for joining. Please look up Proper Instruction Motivates People. Provo, do the subscribe, unsubscribe for him. Whatever. Hey, the purpose, brothers and sisters, is just to remind you, okay? Have fun within your mind. Try not to take some of these problems and some of the memories. Try not to take them so seriously. it is only life, right? It's going to go eventually. And everyone you know, everyone you love, they're going to die eventually too, assuming the patterns of life continue as they have. But life doesn't end. It's just constant. So get out of the life of what was in your head and start challenging yourself a little more. What would bring more joy into your life? What would make your life more simple? What would make the world a better place from your perspective? And I do encourage, go within, humbly within, to the divine spirit that is within you and that is connected to the absolute. And go in humbly with the faith. I imagine God is just waiting for humanity to seek God, the creator of all this glory, and receive such little attention from this divine species that we are. And I'm not talking about organized religions or forming anything like that. I'm talking about the individual relationship, the relationship with love, and the relationship with all that is. And all you will know, all you can know as you right now is now. Now is where we live. Now, the past prepared us for today. And today we are preparing for the future. And the next thing you know, the future is here. So I see a future, brothers and sisters, where men and women don't know the names, may not recognize the face, but they see one another, where men and women around this world, we come together, we unite to dissolve these delusions and illusions of authority and wealth. You have a wealth of potential within you. You have a wealth of healing abilities that are innate within you. You have a wealth and an abundance of opportunities when you open your mind and you look past your beliefs. So I think that's a beautiful time. Again, thank you to all those who joined on the panel, in the chat, and who may join later. Quantum, thank you for dropping the links to the chat too. And for everyone, God bless. Oh, it is Friday. I'll admit I am undecided as what the weekend may bring. So for those who have not, do the subscribe and make sure you mark the alerts, because we're part of something big, brothers and sisters. I love you. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless you.